wanted to talk about something that is really hard for me to talk about, but it's something that I wanted to share because if it's hard for me to talk about and it's hard for me to accept this whole thing, then I feel like other people might be going through it too, and so I wanted to share. So I have been seeing my current therapist since about February, and almost every single session that I've been to, she keeps saying things along the lines of, you don't allow yourself to be happy. Now that's really hard to hear, and honestly at first I was super defensive about it. I was like, of course I want to be happy. Like, I don't want to feel depressed. I don't want to feel completely succumb to my OCD thoughts or my bipolar schedule, and I'm like, or my anxiousness, like, no. What do you mean I don't want to feel happiness? And so I feel like I really went through, was it like the 7 steps of grief or something? Because at first it was like deny, deny, deny. And then I looked at it at a logical standpoint. I'm like, okay, logically, medically, whatever, neurologically, whatever way you want to look at it. Okay. The way my OCD shows up in me is that I have, it's kind of like a to-do list or a checklist or like a subway map where I can't get to stop E unless I get through A, B, C, and D, which does not have to be the case, and I'm working through shifting that mindset. But I'm like, okay, in my brain I have said that I can be happy when this and happens. So I've trained myself to think that way. So I'm not allowing myself to be happy until those things happen. I'm like, okay, I get it. I'm working on that. It'll be fine. I'll get through it. But I want to be happy. And so then I really had a moment this week. I was listening to Rachel Hollis's newest podcast, which if you haven't listened to the Rise podcast, you need to. It's so good. But she was talking about how this COVID-19 and self-isolation and social distancing has really shaken people. Like, obviously for the obvious, but it has shaken people in a way that they realize that they were never truly in control of what was happening to them. We did not plan for this to happen. We did not want this to happen. And so the only thing that we can control in this situation is how we react to it. So the more I kept listening to that podcast and the more I was really thinking about this and meditating on it, I realized that I am in control of my emotions. No matter what is going on in my brain, I have the power to change my mindset. And that's really scary to realize, because then I'm thinking, well, has all of this been a waste? Have I been working through this for the past 3, 4, 5 years of my life? Like, what have I been doing? How have I been working towards this? Like, if I can change my emotions and if I can handle my emotions, then like, why the hell haven't I done this before? And another thing that I kind of came to terms with is that 5 years ago I wasn't ready. 5 years ago, I didn't ask for help because I didn't want the help and I wasn't ready for the help. I truly believe that God or the universe or whatever spiritual higher being you believe in only puts things in your life that you can handle at the time that you can handle them. So I wasn't ready to work with a therapist because I wasn't ready to accept the help. And it's only when I was ready to accept the help and work with a therapist and really work really hard on myself that I have been able to find an amazing therapist in the Boston area, and then moving back to Pittsburgh, finding the therapist that I'm currently working with. Or I wasn't ready to be on medication, so I wasn't on medication until December of 2019 because it was not up until that point where I could have handled it and accepted it for what it was. So, knowing all of this, I am making the decision, and I'm going to work really hard on accepting happiness in whatever form it is. I will allow joy to come to me. I am saying positive affirmations. I am meditating. I am practicing the law of attraction, that happiness is my future, happiness is my present, and happiness is where I'm going to go next in my life. That makes me really excited because once I have started practicing that and saying that and working through that, I have been able to find happiness and joy in any situation that I've been in. I was recently told that I might have bipolar disorder, and a few days after I was told that, I went through one of the lowest lows that I have ever gone through since being on my antidepressant. And it was really hard for me to come to terms with might having bipolar disorder or just another thing to add to my laundry list of a health chart. But when I was going through that low, I was able to reflect and be like, you know what? I am not slipping back into the depression that I was in a few months ago. One, I will not allow myself to do that. And two, it's just a low. I acknowledged that it was a low. I acknowledged that it didn't feel great. And then I'm like, you know what? But I can wake up tomorrow and it'll be good. I can wake up tomorrow and I can be back up on the back up on the hill. Like, I told myself that this is not a forever thing. This is not a way for me to just allow myself to get to that low, because I have chosen that I don't want to be in that low anymore. Now, I'm not saying you choose to be depressed. I didn't choose to be depressed at all. But working through the depression that I was in for 5 months last year has let me see that just shifting a few things in your day-to-day routine or in your few mindsets is really powerful, and it can help you push through. Not saying it's going to cure, but it will help you push through and give you momentum to keep going. So, I haven't done my morning affirmations yet today, so I'm going to do that right now. And it's kind of scary to be filming it and then posting it, but that's what I'm going to do. So when I do them, I usually power pose. So we're gonna do that right now. So give me a minute. I deserve to be happy. I am happy. I am finding joy in any moment, no matter what that moment is. I am a runner. I am able to work out. My body has given me so much range of motion, and I am so grateful for that. I am an entrepreneur. I am a business owner. I am a loyal friend. I am a loving daughter. I am powerful and strong, and I am ready for whatever life throws at me. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.